Let's meet Anna and Mark and their parents. We'll be watching their daily activities and wise choices during purchasing, storage, preparation, and consumption of food. They know the importance of regular and satisfactory meals for having a better and enjoyable time throughout the day. They may spend only 1 hour eating throughout the day, but the quality and safety of the food they eat has an important effect on their day. Don't forget, we have another 23 hours for other activities such as sleeping, studying, talking with friends, shopping, listening to music, walking, and watching TV. Dietary habits are developed at early ages and are very important for a healthy future, as well as other behaviors. The key to a healthy, happy, and successful life is balancing all of them. I'm going to tell you a story about the preparations for a football championship between two schools, the bosons versus the faster-than-light neutrinos. First, the bosons met on social networks to decide on a proper lunch to help them defeat the faster-than-light neutrinos. We need energy to live. When we engage in physical activity like walking, running, and playing games, we lose energy. We burn calories. Food is the main source of energy for our bodies. We need food for physical activities, just like a car needs gasoline to run. So the bosons prepared a great lunch to win the final football match. The food the bosons ate and drank contained vital substances such as water, carbohydrates, fat, vitamins, proteins, and minerals. Carbohydrates are the most important immediate source of energy. Stephen, Mary, and Paul seem to have prepared a lunch with a good amount of carbohydrates. Now they'll perform very well in the game that afternoon. Even professional athletes eat to replenish the energy while exercising. Fats are another important source of energy and help in the absorption of vitamins. Fats improve the taste of food and provide satisfaction. Fats like olive oil or those present in nuts, known as omega fatty acids, are preferable to solid ones like margarine. But to function and develop properly, our body needs not only energy, but also vitamins and minerals. Good players know that eating regulatory foods like vegetables and fruits is crucial for a healthy body, and of course, to win the final match. Those regulatory foods contain non-nutritive substances known as phytochemicals, which help provide resistance against various diseases. Meat, fish, eggs, and dairy products are protein-rich foods. They're needed for the growth, formation, and maintenance of the body. Proteins of animal origin contain all the necessary amino acids for growth and activity. Some plant proteins might lack one or more necessary amino acids, so plant products need to be combined in a balanced diet. For example, grains with legumes. So why shouldn't we eat a lot of junk food? Hamburgers, soft drinks, and other types of fast food should be a small part of your diet. These types of foods contain only energy and added sugar, which can be considered empty calories with no nutritional value. Instead of donuts, try to snack more on fruits. Water is the main component of our body, and it's necessary to stay healthy. Carbohydrates provide energy and are found in rice, cereals, pasta, bread, and potatoes. Vegetables are regulatory foods, which make our body healthy because they contain vitamins, minerals, phytochemicals, fiber, and water. Vegetable oils like olive oil contain unsaturated fats, which provide energy. Fruits are regulatory foods, which make our body healthy because they contain vitamins, minerals, phytochemicals, fiber, and water. Meat, fish, eggs, and nuts, combined with legumes, are bodybuilding foods, which contain proteins needed for growth. Milk and dairy products also contain bodybuilding proteins. They're also regulatory foods, since they're a source of vitamins and minerals. Sugar, margarine, butter, fatty meat, sweets, and cakes should be eaten in moderation and only occasionally because they contain too many calories as well as trans and saturated fats. To stay healthy, we need to eat a variety of foods, ranging from meat to vegetables, and in the right amounts. Not too much or too little. A healthy and balanced diet is like a joyful, harmonious melody, which will make you, your family, and friends feel better. Also, a healthy and balanced diet is like a good team with its different players. A goalkeeper, defense, offense, and so on. So there needs to be a balanced relationship between the input of energy and proteins. Otherwise, the use of proteins as an energy source might slow down growth due to a reduced availability of proteins' building blocks, that is, amino acids. So it's recommended to increase the ratio of plant-derived proteins to total recommended protein, derived from a mixed diet of animal and plant origin. On the football field, a defensive player passes the ball to an offense player. Who kicks the ball skillfully, and the goalie can't block the skilled shot. Goal for the Bosons! Remember, live a healthy life and enjoy it. When the weather is nice and the day is sunny, why stay at home? Go out with your friends. You should spend some time outdoors because physical activity and sun exposure brings a lot of benefits. This is the best way to get your daily dose of vitamin D. Physical activity will encourage proper bone and muscle development. You don't need to win, but be active and you will win. We can survive for several weeks without food, but only a few days without water. Unlike energy and some nutrients, the human body cannot store water. Without enough water, our cells cannot function properly. The majority of the body's water is lost through breathing, urine, feces, and sweat. This is why you should replace lost water through solid food and liquids. Don't forget to drink water. The best way to regain energy when you're outdoors is to eat fresh fruits such as bananas, nuts, or dried fruits. Loss of water during physical activity and hot weather increases your need for water. Follow your sense of thirst. When you're thirsty, have plain water, fresh fruits or vegetables, milk or fruit or vegetable juice. Now, I'll tell you a story about Tom. Tom works in a software company. He loves horses. He hated walking. He always drove home and took the elevator. Today is an important day for him. His favorite team is playing in the finals, and the game will be broadcast live on TV. He was really tired, and he didn't have much time. Then, he watched an ad for a supersize option. That day, he skipped breakfast and didn't eat anything after lunch. He thought the supersize ultra-cool nuclear energy drink would have him high enough to enjoy the match. He decided that he deserved the extra option to enjoy the final, as if that had something to do with it. As the referee blew the whistle, the fast food arrived. While trying to listen to the match, Tom paid, took the full bag, and prepared himself for a session on the sofa. He was really on edge because the opposing team were playing well. He anxiously ate the fast food and watched the match. But the match was not going well. The local team was under heavy attack, and the same thing seemed to be going on in his stomach. In an attempt to get some relief, he drank a large drink quickly. He didn't know whether to watch the TV or not. How could that 1-liter energy drink be empty already? Scared, he realized that he could only hear his heart, which was beating like a stampede of horses. In a waking nightmare, he dreamt about saturated fats and trans fats, as if they were vampires and werewolves hunting him down. Tom felt like he was about to die. Break time. Panting and shaking, he asked himself, why do they advertise something that's so bad for my health and doesn't do what it promises? In comparison with his physical activity, he'd eaten enough calories for several days. Even worse, the fast food contained a lot of unhealthy ingredients, saturated fatty acids and trans fats, which are known to cause heart disease. The referee blew the whistle, but Tom wasn't listening. Sweets and candy should be eaten only occasionally. We should get an hour of physical activity, or around 10,000 steps every day, but Tom rarely walked. He took his radio headphones and went for a walk. The final was getting difficult, but he was happy with his decision to take better care of himself. He imagined that the vampires and werewolves were burning while supporting his team in a brisk pace. From that day on, he took a daily walk through the park and cut down on fast food and energy drinks. Yes, Tom has always loved horses. Tom's little brother Sam is also happy with his decision because now Tom and Sam have fun enjoying outdoor activities together. Tom feels better with himself, being active and healthy. Look at these packaged foods and drinks. The packaging materials include plastic, glass, cellulose bags, paper, cardboard, and cans. There are so many of them. What about hamburger wrappers, pizza boxes, and takeaway containers? It's so commonplace to have drinks in a glass bottle, plastic, or in a can. Obviously, packaging can simplify the transportation and stocking of goods. Which sandwich to choose? The unpackaged one on the counter, or the one in a cellophane wrap? In this case, I'd take the packaged one. Clearly, packaging protects food from many things like dust, dirt, and bacteria, and also keeps it fresh. Oops! Also, be careful not to buy damaged packages. Packages are like books. You can read and learn a lot from them. The label on food packages informs you about shelf life, net weight, ingredients, serving sizes, nutritional facts, and instructions on how to use and cook. For example, when you see the glass and fork symbol, This tells you that this package material is suitable for food and drinks. Packages even tell you how to discard them with symbols. So packaging is important for keeping food healthy and safe throughout its shelf life. What good-looking cookies! They seem to be calling out to me. Sometimes packages can be very attention-grabbing, so that you'll choose them instead of others. But don't forget, the food inside is not always the healthier one. Let's take a closer look at one packaging material: glass. Glass packaging for food and drinks is common. This large facility produces many different glass containers like bottles. Glass is made from natural materials such as silica, limestone, soda ash, and minerals by fusing them at high temperatures and then cooling quickly. Do you think glass is a good choice for packaging? Glass is health, glass is life is a perfect slogan. Glass is considered a safe and healthy choice for long-term food storage. Acidic foods or drinks don't affect its structure. And here it is, another common packaging material: plastic. Plastic is everywhere, from soft drink bottles to toys and furniture. Keep in mind that you should avoid drinking hot drinks from plastic cups and keeping bottles under the sun, because certain harmful chemicals in plastics can leach into the beverage inside. Also, don't drink from damaged bottles. Recently, you may have heard the discussions about baby bottles. The problem is a chemical contaminant, bisphenol A BPA, found in the walls of these bottles. Same story. This chemical may leave the wall and leach into the milk inside the bottle. The good news is that baby bottles containing BPA are no longer allowed within the European Union. BPA is one example of a chemical contaminant, chemicals not intended as food additives that may pose a risk to human health. Let's leave chemical contaminants for now, but later on I'll tell you something more about them. We've learned something about the safe, healthy use of packaging materials, but how about protecting our environment? Look, the more packaging material, the more waste. We should love and protect our environment. But how? Have you ever heard of recycling? Have you ever noticed symbols like this on packages? This is the recycling loop. Recycling saves money and energy and helps create a clean environment. It's very simple to do. You begin to recycle when you separate recyclable materials from the rest of your trash. If you see one of these recycling symbols, put the empty packages in special containers. Anna and her brother Mark are going shopping with their mom. Now let's join them in the market. We've learned that every packaged food has a label. Labels help you decide what to choose for healthier eating. What kind of information can you find on food labels? You can easily recognize undesirable changes in some foods, like strawberries, but in other foods, these changes might not be so obvious. So all packaged foods must have an expiry date that tells you when the food will be unsafe to eat. You can also find best before, used by, baked on, or packed on dates on the labels. Food labels also provide nutrition data, telling you the amount of calories in food groups like fat, sugar, and vitamins, helping you to make a healthy choice. Now, let's catch up with Anna. She's seen a friend from school. Some people may be sensitive to some food ingredients. They should read food labels carefully. Her friend Peter has an allergy to eggs and egg products, so he has to be much more careful when checking labels for egg-free products. Some people may be allergic to food products such as milk, eggs, fish, or peanuts. Food allergies happen when the body mistakenly identifies something the person has eaten as harmful. Its attempt to protect itself may result in symptoms such as itchy skin or swelling in the throat. Some people have intolerance to certain ingredients. For example, celiac disease is an intolerance to gluten. Gluten is a protein found in cereals and their products, such as bread. If people with celiac disease eat gluten, they suffer from digestive problems. Food additives are added to food to make them tastier or more attractive and to give them a longer shelf life. Food additives are indicated by the additive's name or E number on food labels. Their use is under control of the authorities. E numbers show what additives are present in food. Normally, food additives are used in the lowest possible quantity, and their levels are relatively insignificant if you have a balanced diet. So limit your consumption of food with additives and go for fresh products. Many food products in supermarkets, restaurants, and the home originate directly from nature. How did the apple in this cake become so different from its natural appearance? Food becomes processed after various procedures like washing, cleaning, cutting, chopping, cooking, canning, freezing, drying, mixing, and packaging. Almost everything that comes in a package is processed. Why is food processed? Some foods are processed to extend their shelf life and make them safer. Processing is necessary for some food. For example, milk is pasteurized to kill harmful bacteria. Nowadays, we hear some emerging terms like organic foods and genetically modified organisms, or GMOs. Do you know what they mean? Organic foods are produced in the most natural way possible, without the use of